Hello, everybody. I'm your host, Eric Bird, here at StopStrugglingNow.com. And tonight, we're going to talk about free real estate investment course. But hell, you know how it is around here. This is the No Guru Zone. And welcome, everybody. We're going to talk about real estate investing and, of course, other investments. And welcome. Stop Struggling Now gear. Check. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. Now, let's get to it. All right, welcome back. And you guys know I had to put this title in today, Free Real Estate Investment Course. As you know, if you've been to our live streams before, we always give out free real estate investment advice and information and strategies. So we're going to call it what it is. Welcome to SSN Nation, SSN University on the Wednesday Night Live. Everybody can watch, but it's members only that can be in the chat room tonight. And once again, welcome. And we're 2 minutes into the live stream. Please smash the like button. And of course, if anybody has any questions, you can always ask them. But again, members with the icon next to their name are going to be the only ones that can be in the chat room tonight. So everybody else, please share the videos, sit back and relax. And by the way, members of the channel, I did it last minute in case you want to join me on the live stream. We can always do that. I put it under the community tab, the link to get into the live stream if you want to join me on screen. If you don't want to do it in person, there's always a button that can just show an icon. So that's what we're going to talk about tonight. We're saying it's a real estate investment course, the No Guru Zone. So it's what it's going to be, unlike anything else. But again, we talk about real estate all the time. Let's see who's in the house tonight. Auntie Val is here, with the icon next to her name, of course. Good evening, fam. Thank you so much for being here, Auntie Val. I appreciate it, and I appreciate the icon. Curtis Davis, Mr. Financial, is in the house on the Wednesday night live stream. Thank you so much for being here, Mr. Financial. Good evening, SSN family. That's right. So once again, real estate investing strategy, real estate investing 101. We're going to start out with the basics, ladies and gentlemen, because everybody hears that you can become wealthy, that you can become financially independent by investing in real estate. It is true, very true. But there are a lot of people who feel there's an anxiety when they try to invest in real estate. They feel like they may not be able to do it because of credit, may not be able to do it because they don't have money. We know the standard issues are if you want to go buy something, you generally are going to put it on credit. And if your credit is no good, then you say, okay, I guess I can't buy anything. Well, we're going to talk about it, ladies and gentlemen. You can buy something regardless of your credit. In fact, you don't even need your credit score. All right. You may need some money, though. That's going to be a requirement most of the time, except there's ways to buy property, commercial, multifamily. Does not matter. There's ways to buy property with other people's money. That's right. All right, let's see who else is joining us tonight. Victor Marrero's in the house. He's a real estate investor. Hello, all. His tagline, let's do this. Welcome, Victor Marrero, with the icon next to his name on the SSN Nation Wednesday Night Live. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's start to it. The free course. I like calling it the free course, the No Guru Zone. I get a little bit excited because I watch all these gurus charging people for stuff. All right, let's start out with the basics. Number one, everybody's heard it, whether they're buying a house, whether they're buying commercial property, whether they're buying land, it does not matter. But everybody knows the number one thing. Just repeat, location, location, location. All right, that is the simplest thing to start with. You don't want to pick crummy locations unless, of course, you have a plan. So when we're talking about real estate investing, number one is the location, location, location. But number two, should be on your list. Oh, that's right. You better get that pen, pad, and paper ready, ladies and gentlemen, because that's what we do here in SSN Nation. So when you figure out the location is highly important. It doesn't necessarily mean it has to be in an upscale location. It doesn't necessarily mean it has to be in a bad location. What it actually really means is step number 2. You know what you plan on doing. And keep in mind, I've said this before, when you buy real estate, you know what you're going to do with it before you buy it, how you're going to make that into extra money coming into your pocket. You know it by the time you're buying it. It's not after you buy it, then you have to figure out what you're going to do with it. Before you buy it, you already know what you're going to do with it. So after you have the location, it's going to be based on what are you going to do to generate revenue from this property. Remember, we don't want to buy homes unless, of course, you're going to rent it out and have that plan in place. But you don't want to buy a home to live in because generally that's a liability. You have to work for it. Now, we'll go a little bit into that a little further later on where you will buy a home, but that's because you're using your streams of income to buy that home. That's what you're going to be using. But when you're doing real estate investing, you need location first. Second thing, you need to determine why you're buying this property and have an exit strategy already in place. So I can buy in a bad neighborhood if I know there's going to be some sort of new opportunities and new building going on in that neighborhood. That would give me a reason. That means location is perfect for me. And then I know they're tearing things down in that neighborhood and building new items, new buildings, new infrastructure. That means the value of what I'm being able to buy is going to increase over time. That is a good thing. And it goes along the same lines with anything. So we're talking about here, this could be commercial, this could be residential, this could be multifamily, this could be a trailer park, this could be land. It does not matter what the real estate is. It could be any of those. So if you're starting out, that's the first 2 or 3 items on your list. All right. So now let's get into some other things because everybody wants to know, where do we go from here? So let's just say you found some property. I don't know what we can talk about. Maybe somebody will tell me if it's residential, multifamily, or commercial real estate, such as an office complex or a shopping center or whatever you want to call it, because different things require different type of investments and different ways that you're going to get some money to help you out with the investment. So a lot of people say, Eric, I don't have the appropriate credit. Well, do you? If it's commercial property, you're going to need to put 20-25% down. All right. So now the property is going to have a value, right? They have a value for the property. You're putting 25% down minimum. They will go by your credit score. So the worse credit you have, the higher down payment you're going to need. And I'm referring to all of it. It doesn't matter what it is. Now, some of you may be saying, hey, Eric, I don't have 25% down. The property I'm looking at is $500,000. I don't have $125,000. Well, like I told you before, if you've been here with SSN Nation, the free course says, then that means the property that you're buying better have revenue coming in. So in other words, $500,000, hopefully it'll be some sort of multifamily property or an office building or even land that for some reason somebody is doing something with the land that generates the revenue. So now you can go to the bank and say, hey, I have this worth $500,000. Now I can go see investors. I can go find an investor who would be willing to give me the $125,000. And let's just say he wants 10% per year. And Diesel Mike is in the house with the icon next to his name. Good evening, Eric and SSN family. I took one hell of a brutal beating in the stock market today, but hey, can't win them all, I guess. That's right. Stock market does this. That's the investments. They go up, they go down. You have to know when to sometimes exit and sometimes just stay and buy more when it dips. But the Fed has no good news for us, ladies and gentlemen. They're talking the whole time. Don't worry about inflation. Don't worry about it. We're going to keep interest rates low. Everybody about now realizes inflation is running rampant. and the feds are not going to be able to keep up their promise of not increasing interest rates for another year or something. They're going to be increasing it this year, like I've been saying all along, and the stock market knows this. The free money train is going to come to an end. So people are saying, well, let me take my profits and run. I took some more profits myself today. People under the community tab with the icon next to their name, like Diesel Mike, they're going to find out about it tomorrow as well. All right, because I did it late after hours. I did some sells as well. But anyhow, with the real estate, 125,000, they're going to want, let's say a guy wants 10% interest only. 10% is 12,500 a year. All right. That's it. Now, a $500,000 property, I'm hoping it gives you at least $60,000 profit a year, right? That wouldn't be unreasonable. All right. At least 60, at least 50 even. Let's just say 50,000 profit. So if you have that type of number going on where you have 50,000 profit and you owe a person 12,500, the person that's going to invest is going to feel secure because the profit is well above 12,500. If the profit was 25K, now you might have a problem trying to find an investor. All right. So that's how people are able to find investors. None of your own money, none of your credit. And as long as the deal itself says, okay, they have enough money and a lot left over to pay an investor, because an investor is going to want his 12,500 a year. He's probably only going to give you 1 year before you're going to have to pay him off. Or if you're lucky, sometimes they'll do a year and a half. If you're real lucky, they might do 2 years. All right. So now you're in the door. You get your loan for, $375,000. And in fact, I'm going to do some simple numbers for you. I'm going to go to, let's see, where are we going to go here? I'll do the mortgage calculator, even though this is not going to be the right, well, it'll be the right one. Let's do this, mortgage. Give me a second. I don't already have it queued up. We're going to go to Google. I'll put in the mortgage calculator here shortly so you guys can see exactly what we're talking about. That's what we do here at Stop Struggling Now. We show you some of the numbers so you can understand exactly how it works and what it looks like. So this isn't rocket science. So let's say I got 375. And let's do something crazy. I'll say we have a 6%. Let's call it 6% note. They're going to amortize it over 30 years. All right. But it might be like a 5-year balloon. So in other words, your monthly payments are going to be roughly $2,200. You guys know $2,200 times 12. That's let's call that 26. So right there, that's $38,000 with $12,000 left over. The question is, do you feel comfortable with only having $12,000 profit left over? Now, the question is, do you actually know, once you have this property, do you actually know already before you went in that these units, you were going to raise the rent? And I should have stipulated how many units, but I don't know because I didn't run any $500,000 units, but let's just say there's at least 25, 30, we'll call 25 units to make it simple. And out of the 25 units, we know over the next year, we're going to raise it up. Let's just call it $50 or $100 more. It's not unreasonable in this day and age because inflation. So we'll just go $2,500 more. So now it goes up to $15,000 left over. You are controlling property. You're going to raise the rent up so the value of the property actually increases. And now you're home free, so to speak. You're going to have expenses. You're going to have the costs of some services may come up. So is the 12.5 going to be good enough? In my opinion, I don't like 12.5 left over after I pay all the expenses. I want at least like 25 or 30, but it's up to you. This is why you have to determine what you are buying these properties for. All right. So here goes Victor Morero. Agree. Rule number 1, determine purpose. Rule number 2, location. Rule number 3, amenities. Rule number 4, buy at pre-construction prices. Rule number 5, when in doubt, repeat rules 1 through 4. I love it. That's beautiful. Exactly. And he's talking about pre-construction too, which we'll get into that shortly, because pre-construction requires no credit check, no qualifying as well. And now you need to put money down, which could be 10% or 20%. And we'll get into that a little bit later. So hopefully, if you just now joined us, please smash that like button so the YouTube algorithm knows that we're here. And if you like talking about real estate investing, other investing like the stock market, like Diesel Mike was talking about earlier, then you know that's what we talk about. And we talk about assets, streams of income. We actually show you how to do it here. Auntie Val, like the way you think, sir. Victor Morero, that's how we do it. He's thinking exactly right. Curtis Davis, he's liking the uptick today. AMD, Snap, CrowdStrike, Hood up 50%. Yeah, in fact, I bought some Hood earlier in the 60s. I was like, okay, my 3, 4, 5 days has went by. I should have bought it when it was 60, which I didn't. I was too busy doing something. And so anyhow, that's where we're at. But it's all right. We're going to continue that real estate talk, ladies and gentlemen. Moses Tillman's in the house with the icon next to his name as well. Thank you so much for being here. Good evening, SSN fam. And his tagline, let's get it. He's in the house. Thank you so much. DJ Robbie D's in the house from Philly. He's here with the icon. Hello, SSN Nation. He also has the tagline, let's get it. We're in here. We're making it happen. Charlie's in the house. Happy hump day, everyone. Thank you so much for being here, Charlie. Nice to see you. And with the icon next to her name, thank you so much. Curtis Davis at Victor. I like the pre-construction purpose location. Yeah, tell me about it. Eric, I just smashed the like button. Right on. I love it. Thank you so much, because the YouTube gods show no love. Even for the free real estate investment course, we're throwing it down and we still get no love. What do I have to do? Sell a course? Then I get love? No, we're not going to do that. Still no love. But all right, we're going to move ahead. So we talked about multifamily commercial property. And this is how you can get funding. So what do you say? You go, Eric, I don't know anybody that has 125,000. Well, then you guys know, a lot of you know, go down and join or find out where your real estate investment club is. That's pretty easy. If you saw any of our previous videos where Willie Red was on, when he's talking about where he finds his multifamily properties, he looks through old deeds or looks through deeds to see who the investors are that are investing in properties. And then he sends them a letter and says, hey, I have a project. Here you go. That's how he started out from scratch. That's how it works. Appreciation in real estate, like invisible cash flow in the future. That's what it is exactly. Invisible cash flow, equity in the future, cash flow now. Or Victor Morero already talked about pre-construction, where now you have appreciation now and cash flow later. You got to love that program. But that's how Willie Red was doing his. He went around and found out. He was at the Real Estate Investors Club in whatever city he's in. You know, from city to city, he would find out where the Real Estate Investors Club is. So he seeked out people that were investing. If that's what you want to do, and you need somebody to invest in properties or invest in your project, you have to find people that have the money. There's lots of people that have money sitting in a bank right now. A lot of people have millions of dollars sitting around getting 0.5% interest, 3% interest. So when somebody comes along and says, I'll give you 12%, for 1 year, they're like, whoa, well, you don't have to give them that offer. But what I'm saying is they usually want 12, 14, 10, double digits usually for that type of money. So they feel very good about it. And if you bring them a project that makes sense financially, then that's why they'll roll with you. The other part about this equation, whenever you buy some property, you always want to get the accountant's information signed, so it's official. You don't want somebody giving you some papers that shows like it made $50,000 profit. That doesn't mean anything. You want to see tax returns. You want to see rent rolls. You want to see rent rolls means no matter if it's a multifamily for people, or if it's a commercial, you always want the leases, the rent rolls. You want to make sure everything is current, because when people are selling property, they don't always tell the truth. They might say, hey, we're 95% occupied. Then when you check out how many leases they have and how many tenants are there paying, you're going, hey, wait, where's the 95%? This looks like 80-some% to me. So you just never know. And then they might give you some tax information that may not be current. So you have to go down the due diligent path, and there's nothing wrong with asking for all of this. All right, that's what you should be asking for. You want to check everything. You don't want to just take somebody's word for it. And of course, you got to go through a title company and make sure everything has a clean title. That's just for starters. All right. Now, let's get into some others. Let's see here. 3 keys in real estate: expertise, credit, cash, or the connecting person. Yes, that helps out greatly right there in itself. Vanessa Gates in the house. Does that mean you're back from Mexico? Hey, Eric, SSN fam, I missed you guys so much going on. Vanessa Gate with the icon. Thank you so much for being here. And of course, you're going to have to let us know how Mexico, I believe it was Cabo, how it was. You got to let us know. I'm pretty sure it was a nice time. Wilson Koo's in the house. Good evening, Mr. Bird and SSN fam. Welcome to the SSN Nation Wednesday night live stream. Thank you so much for being here, Wilson Koo, once again with the icon. And please, everybody, smash that like button. That's so the YouTube algorithm gods will tell people, does this really say a free real estate investment course? Yes, it does. And by the way, I don't have anything to sell you. I'm not going to tell you not to buy 20 units, not to buy 30 units, not to buy 1 unit. I'm telling you how to buy any unit. If you want to buy 1 unit, that's on you. If you want to buy 20, go for it. If you want to buy 50, go for it. If you want to buy 300, go for it. But I'm giving you ways that you'll be able to fund it, because what the gurus don't tell you is how to get the funding for it. There's real estate everywhere, ladies and gentlemen. All you have to do is even on old stuff like LoopNet and CoStar, there's property still available, multifamily, commercial properties, land. I mean, hotels, everything's on there. You just have to find the right deal. And once you find the right deal, they don't tell you how to fund it, because it's awfully hard to fund something when you want $500,000 as a down payment for millions of dollars worth of real estate. That's the piece that's always missing. They don't just freely tell you. Well, this is what I want to talk about tonight too. If anybody finds property and really wants to invest in real estate, and it is already generating revenue, meaning there's a profit, so therefore an investor would invest in it, then hit us up, Eric@StopStrugglingNow.com. We have investors, all right? If you want to search for property and find it, it just matters on if it actually has the right numbers. So keep that in mind. And you're going to need 25% down. Just keep that in your head too, all right? That's what investors would do. They'd put down the 25% for you, take their percentage, and we move on. All right. So if you're asking for somebody to start up something, saying, I want to build a 20-unit apartment complex, that's a whole nother animal. You don't have any revenue coming in. So now it's going to be based on your personal information. Have you done this before? What type of credit do you have? Because you're going to have to personally guarantee this. Not too many people is going to sit there and say, oh, yeah, we're going to let you build a 20-unit apartment complex and give you the funding for it. That's not going to happen. All right. So just keep your expectations in check. All right. So we have Wilson Koo, Ani Val, Vanessa, welcome back. That's right. Vanessa, welcome back. Any real estate gems to report? That's right. We're talking real estate tonight. Vanessa, so let us know if you had all the fun, or did you stop by and go down to Los Cabos or San Jose del Cabo and check out some of that new real estate they're building down there. Eric, I've begun the real estate property investing game. I'll keep you guys informed of how it turns out. It's been vacant for a while. I'm doing this with my knees shaking. Charlie. Okay. Yeah, that's interesting. What do you're going to have to give us a little more love, because this could be helping out other people. You're saying it was vacant. You're going to have to give us details. How many units? What's the price? Let us know. And how are you going to fund it? That's the kicker. If it's just 1 unit or 2 units or 3, then I can get it. But if it's 20 units or 50, let us know. What type of property is it? This would be a good topic to discuss tonight, because there's a lot of people out here that can say, hey, I have vacant land or vacant buildings. So that would be very helpful. Welcome back, Vanessa Kamage from Charlie. That's right. Cabo was awesome. I'm playing catch up, y'all. Cabo's awesome. I got a lot to share. All right. Well, we're waiting because it's real estate. It's Real Estate 101 tonight. The free real estate investment course is in effect. This is the No Guru Zone. You guys know how this is. The No Guru Zone and SSN Nation and Other Investments is what this is tonight. So you have to say, if you're going to talk about real estate or anything else in Cabo, let us know. There could be some gems down there. Auntie Val and Charlie, hey, ladies, I missed you guys. That's right. Okay, so we started with the first part. Hopefully you had that pen, pad, and paper ready. And if you're new and just joined us, you can start over, or you can watch after the live stream, because these live streams, well, it won't be 25 minutes. Let's just put it that way. All right. So we started with the first part, where you can find funding and how you can find funding. Real estate investment groups, real estate investment entrepreneurs. You can also find a commercial real estate agent. That helps out as well, because commercial real estate agents also work with investors who have money. So if you find a project, you can call up a commercial real estate investor and say, hey, I found a project. Do you have anybody funding? Or get to know them a little better so they don't steal it from you. But that's the point. All right. And the same rules will hold, that you will need them anyhow to find real estate, commercial real estate. So that's why you want a commercial real estate realtor. All right. Because they can call you up and say, hey, how about this? What do you think about this? Once you give them the parameters on what you're looking for, that's another way that you can just sit by the phone, sit by your email, and get information. All right. Just keep that in mind. Got my popcorn ready. Let's go, Auntie Val. That's right. We're waiting on the Vanessa Kamage information that she's going to share with us. I'm hoping she meant she was going to share it tonight. I don't know if it's real estate or if it's something else, but it's all right. We always talk about everything. Eric, it's 125K. Did we talk about this before? Tiffany Young, welcome to the SSN Nation Wednesday Night Live. Thank you so much for being here with the icon, because everybody with the icon can be in the chat. It's members only chat tonight, but the rest of the world can watch if they're not members of the channel. Hello, everyone. That's right. Hello, everybody. And thank you once again, Tiffany, for being here. Humbly appreciate that icon. It was an old studio. Oh, come on now. You're giving me these little drips. Old studio, 125K. What do you mean old studio? Let us know. 1 unit, 3 units. How many units is this? Single family? And when you say studio, of course, I think about movie studios. So maybe we'll find out. Oh, okay. An old film producer that's gotten sick. Okay, well, you're going to have to give us a little bit more information. Are we talking about like old movie studio? And then when you start talking about old movie studio, now you're going to have to talk about what assets does that old studio have, or did they already sell their asset? And what I mean by that is some of the pictures that they produced there, they actually could have had the rights to. So therefore, they might have sold them. Or is there any royalties coming? Or, you know, because there's streaming services now. So all streaming services need content. So if they have movies that are still in their possession that they control, whether by royalties or whether by earning mechanical rights or anything like that, that could be major. So I guess we'll have to wait to find out, because Charlie's going to let us know. But this sounds very intriguing. And I guess, did you already put in a contract for it? Because if you have, then you can tell us location or give us a little more info. If you haven't, put out a contract for it already, then I wouldn't give out too much more info other than the basics that I was talking about. Here we go. Yes, movie studio. And he used to make movies there. I don't know about rights, Eric. Right on. Okay. 125K is pretty cheap. So this is very intriguing. Very intriguing. So what's included with the studio? That's the real question. I'm sure Wilson Koo is going to be anxious to hear about what's included, because if you're saying they have actual cameras, you're saying they actually have lighting that they don't rent out. By the way, I got to give somebody a tidbit of info. Lighting, you don't think of lighting companies, you think of like GE, right? Who thinks of Hertz as a lighting company? I know. Until I started messing around studios, I found out that Hertz has a cinema division that does lighting, and they rent the lights out to the different studios all over the world. It's incredible. All right. Right in the morning. Okay, contract-wise. Okay, so she's going to do the contract in the morning. Sorry, guys, on the phone. The pre-construction in Cabo was very expensive, starting at $350K for one bedroom in Los Cabos. Hey, yeah, Los Cabos is 20 years ahead of, like, for instance, I keep telling everybody, Punta Cana. In Punta Cana right now at the Cana Rock, they're selling one bedrooms for $350,000 in the Galaxy. So they already caught up just like that. It's crazy. And Cabo's 350K isn't even, well, they might be on the water. Let us know where this is, Vanessa. Is this at San Jose del Cabo or Los Cabos? Let us know which section this 350K and how far from the water is this. That'll be very interesting. Next live, I'll give all that information, I promise. All right, Charlie. Sounds good. But what I'm saying is just make sure that it includes, I mean, if it comes with lighting, it comes with cameras, if it comes with actual props, if it comes with stages, if it comes with stages, meaning they have rooms that they can put together, does it come with some of the materials so they can put the rooms and the stairs and make because that's what basically studios are. And so if they have all of that included, that would be worthwhile. Also, location matters. And $125,000 is actually cheap, but it depends on what's included with this 125 and where it is, what city, state it's in. That would be helpful as well. I am buying a 4-unit apartment in Lakeland, Florida, and using FHA. I'm excited. There we go, Vanessa Comagate. Let's move on to real estate, the free real estate course, because she brought it up, ladies and gentlemen. You may be asking, a 4-unit apartment complex using an FHA loan, that means she's putting down, I always say 4%, because after fees and some other expenses is 4%. So you can, using an FHA loan, your credit score can be well, right now it's got to be like 640 and up in most places. That's it, 640 and up credit score, and you can get up to a 4-plex using an FHA loan that all you have to do is put down 4%. That's it. But there's one other little caveat. They want you to reside in one of the units for a year. Now, don't ask me how you reside in one of the units for a year, but it's okay. That is what their requirement is. I'm just letting you know what they say. All right. So you have 3 people paying for your mortgage, plus maybe even a little left over. Then at the end of 1 year, you have 4 people paying and you have a cash flow. After that, what you're going to do is after a year, you're going to raise your rate. Whether it's $50, whether it's $100, it does not really matter. But by raising your rental rate, you have increased the value of the property. But she and anybody here can get in with an FHA loan with the 640 credit score and up. Now, the property itself has to qualify with FHA loan qualifications. They want certain things in their properties, and they want standards for their property because it's guaranteed by the government. All right. But that is real estate investing as well. 640 personal credit score and up. A lot of people have a 650. A lot of people have a 660, 680. So that means a lot of people can qualify for an FHA loan. It's that simple. and up to a fourplex. So congratulations, Vanessa Comingate, on the 4-unit apartment in Lakeland, Florida. Congrats, Vanessa, doing big things. Tiffany Young, yes, she is. This woman's making it happen. She's saying, you know what, I'm just going for everything. Let's just have these extra streams of income coming in from this real estate, because what's about to happen over the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years, it's going to be very bad for most American citizens if you don't have some extra streams of income coming in. Vanessa, do you have the name of the project at Los Cabos for $350K? Right on. Or any of them. Vanessa, we were neighbors moving to Tampa in a few months. Oh, no, we have another person, Auntie Val, moving to Tampa, Florida. Another person coming to the Sunshine State, getting that no state income tax, getting that LLC love with no capital tax rate for the state of Florida if you have an LLC or an S Corp. Man, you got to love it. All right, Vanessa, that's awesome. A 4-unit condo is the way to roll. That's right. Congratulations. Are you using 1 unit and renting the others? Exactly. 4-unit. Oh, yeah, I didn't even think about 4-unit apartment. I took it as 4 separate units. But Victor's saying it could be 4-unit condo. That's right. They do have those in there as well, where you can rent each room. But 4-unit condo, I like those better. Separate meters, separate everything. That makes it nice and clean. So, but anyhow, either way, it works out. Lots of love. I'm already here. Fort Lauderdale. Oh, all right. I thought you were over in Alabama or something. Right on. FTL. Right on. Excellent. So she's already getting the love from the state of Florida. All right. Well, this is very exciting, ladies and gentlemen. So we have Charlie talking about real estate in a different sense. She's buying a studio, which will be considered commercial real estate. And I can't believe the price is $125,000. I just want to know what's left. If there's anything left with this studio, the rights to the equipment, if there's stages, lighting, all that's very expensive. And if any of that is left, that's a bargain. Or if it's just a studio building, or sometimes it could be what you call the lots, where it's actually land and some buildings. So you just never know. Just own property in Alabama. All right. Beautiful. Oh, it has 4 separate apartments. That's what I like to see. The 4-plex for real. Okay. Well, give us are you going to give us the numbers? Or are you going to give us the unit sizes? Are these 2 or 3 bedroom unit sizes? And what you plan on doing with it? I mean, renting them out, I'm sure, but you're going to rent them out separately. You're not going to do rent each room out separately, are you? So that's the thing. All 4 units are on separate meters. I'm assuming, yeah, it's FHA, so it's going to be. So that's awesome. I sent you my building, Eric, to your email, trying to type as fast as I can. All right. Cool. Well, then, let me go check this out. Let me know if I can give out any of this info. All right. Let me know if I can give it out, because this is pretty cool. Very cool. I do see it. Just let me know if I can tell people about it. In fact, this is in Lakeland. I was thinking Orlando for some reason. 1912. Okay. Let me know if you have this under contract already, and if I can tell people about it, since I have the info. Sounds like a great deal. Yeah, Wilson Koo. So we're going to find out. So let me know, how much did you buy it for is what I want to know. Because you in the thing you put down $400K. So I don't know if it was $400K or $560 or what the number is. But either way, let's just say if it's $400K, then down payment is only 4 times 16 grand. That's it. And the 640 credit scoring up. And as long as the property, FHA property, is approved, and generally FHA property is a lot easier to approve. The closer it is to 2021, the building, the better and easier approval you'll have. All right. I do know already from seeing the information, it was built in 1986, which is generally relatively, that's when they started building. And from the design that I've seen on the property, that's a design that they made in the 80s. And I generally like that design because normally, if I remember right, those are 2-bedroom units in that type of design, normally 2 bedrooms, 2 baths, and around 1,000, 1,100 square feet back in 1986. They were building those type of units. So we'll see what the actual numbers are. I actually can pull it up, but I'm not until I get her approval. Then we can actually really look into it. I'm going to do something else while I get it ready, because if she's already made the deal, then we can, oh, geez, hold on. Then we can already, another real-time info, real-time, I think I found it. Yeah, I found it. I can tell you guys a little bit of it right now, which the question now begins, why did she buy in Lakeland, right? That's what we have to ask. Why did you buy in Lakeland? It's multifamily. And let's see. Yes, 4 units, each one, 2 bedroom, 2 bath. That's right. I've been doing real estate for a while, and I can tell by the structure that it should have been a 2 bedroom, 2 bath for each unit. They don't give the, oh, and it's rented. Interesting. Very interesting. Some numbers that I'm seeing. They don't give any real numbers. So I'm going to wait and see how much we can go over this. But this is a perfect example. It looks like they're saying, I don't know what the purchase price is. So what we're going to say is, well, they're giving information from what I'm seeing here. They're saying annual, okay, they're saying the annual net income is $16,000. That would mean they're getting around 13, 14. That can't be right. I don't think that's right. Oh, I think that's 1 unit, because this can't be right. It has to be 3 or 4 times that. So they're giving me unit 1. All right. So we're going to find out. But I think they're that's 3,000 divided by 4. Like 800 a month, 750. Yeah, that's Lakeland. All right. Well, we're going to find out some more information, ladies and gentlemen. Real time. Free real estate course in real time is happening. All right, here we go. Oh, she has some more. My ex-husband has a 4 unit on the same block. He knows the owners. There we go. Insider information. That always helps. Hopefully, yes, it is occupied. Yes, I found the information because I saw the actual numbers of the street, and then I put in Lakeland. It came up. No problem. We are almost locked in, so not in stone yet. Okay, then I won't go any further. But anyhow, I'm going to go, I won't show the actual property listing, but I'll still talk about a few things, because from the listing that I have, I really can't tell what's going on because they're giving numbers, but the numbers don't jive with what I think they should be. There's no way a unit's going to be, all 4 units are going to generate $16,000 a month or annually is what I'm saying. So I think one of the units generates that. So it could be 4 times that number, because if we're talking about $400,000, then let me go back to, let me see if I have my mortgage calculator anywhere handy. Yes, I still have the mortgage calculator up. So let's talk about it. So here's the mortgage calculator. And if you're talking about, well, I don't actually know the number, but I'm going to go with this. I'm going to go with, let's go with 380,000. Let's go with, that'll be conservative. I'll be conservative about this, and we'll do it like that. It's saying 2657. I might be a little high on the 7.5, but you know, let's go down 21. So let's just call it 2,000. So we got 2,400 a month. We're going to deal with here. So if we do that, and then if we rent those out for, let's call it, I don't know what Lakeland rents for, but I'll even be conservative. Let's go 900 times, well, if 900 times 4, 3,600, 2,700. All right. You make enough to service the debt. But unfortunately, there's HOA fees, there's taxes. So this will be very interesting on what the breakdown is on this, because we don't know what the, well, I can't find out what the rental is. It looks like it might be $1,200 or $1,300 a month. If that's the case, that would be awesome, because that'd be $4,000. And that's going to be needed because taxes are $3,000 a year. And let's see, what else do we have that I can say? Yeah, that looks like about it. Central heat, central air, good thing, of course. All right. So we'll talk about this when she has under lockdown, ladies and gentlemen. But she did bring up one of the most, one of the best real estate investments, or FHA loans. If you are new and you have limited funds, because you only need that 4% down. Actually, they're going to say 3%, 3.5, but I always say 4% down. And for your FHA and a 640 credit score, now you got in, you're controlling property, and it's a stepping stone. That's your first property. So that's how we do it. So I want to thank her for mentioning this. And of course, we have someone else. Auntie Val has land. So we can talk about land as well. We talked about discount lots before, ladies and gentlemen. And by the way, we're 47 minutes in. Please smash the like button. And if you like what we're talking about, please subscribe to the channel and click the bell notifications, because the YouTube guys do not like sharing SSN Nation information. You know why? Because we have the free real estate course, the No Guru Zone. We're telling you how to do it. So let's just say you want to buy land. Now, keep in mind, if you're going to buy land, then you have to consider certain things. You have to go, okay, location. So that means you went down and checked out what's going to happen in your area over the next 5 to 10 years with the city. You can go down to the planning department and find out what's going to be built around your land. So then this way you will have an idea if it's going to be worthwhile to build out there, or what you plan on doing with it. You'll have an idea before you buy it. You just don't buy land because it's cheap. All right. The second thing is you're going to go, okay, I like the location. I found out something's going to be out here 5 to 10 years. That's a good thing. Then you're saying, what about electricity to the lot or to the land? What about water to the land? What about sewer to the land? These are the kind of things that you have to consider, because it is pricey. If you have to bring the utilities down to your land or lot, it could be very expensive. And what I mean by very expensive, some places, $5,000, $10,000 a mile. Some places, $10,000, $5,000, $10,000, a tenth of a mile. All right. So these are the things you have to know before you buy land. Those are the most important things, because you don't want to have to bring electricity, sewer, water down to your lot. All right. Those are not cheap, because you're going to have to tap in and everything. You don't want to even, that's a headache. All right. Unless the property value is so high that it'll pay itself by buying the property and building on it or something like that. So land, you have that option. Or some people buy land, inherit land, do other things, acquire land different ways. And they went on discountlots.com and they're like, oh yeah, I want to buy these 20 acres for $5,000. Then you find out there's no water, there's no electricity, there's no nothing, there's no building within 3-5 miles. So now you have to figure out, what can I do with this land? All right. So I might have mentioned this to several people before, but I have a story to tell. And most people have heard of Ray Charles was a singer. He's passed away. But I was fortunate enough, I met his son simply because his youngest son was at the auction. And I didn't know him at the time, but he came to a few land auctions, and he saw me bidding on stuff. And so finally he came up to me and was like, hey man, I come to like 3 or 4 auctions. I never bought anything, but I notice you're buying every time I come like 3 or 4 things. But I want to buy property in like, I think it was like Palm Springs, Palm Desert. It was out there somewhere, because back then you could get 20 acres for like 4 or 5 grand. Sometimes it would go for higher, it would be 10 grand, 12 grand or whatever. But this particular day when we were in LA at one of the auctions, he comes up to me and he says, well, I finally bought something. He goes, I bought 20 acres. And like I said, I don't remember where it is. All I know is in Palm Springs, Palm Desert area. So I was like, oh, that's real cool. And so then I said, well, where is it? And so he shows me on a map. Well, I know a little about Palm Springs, Palm Desert, and that Riverside type area when there was nothing out there. And I said, man, this thing is, I said, that's a lot of acres, but there's nothing there for like 5 miles in each direction. It doesn't even have water or nothing to it. I'm like, no electricity to it, nothing. You know what he says? He says, Eric, exactly. I'm turning it into a recreational vehicle area. So therefore, I'm making mounds that people can jump their ATVs and 4-wheelers on, and motorcycle tracks and all this recreational vehicle type stuff. I don't need all that. We're bringing out the coolers. We'll bring out the water and sell it at the stand out there, and food and all that. I was like, all right, well, at least you have been listening. He already had a plan on why he was going to do it. And he already had approval, or he talked to the building and planning departments, and they said, yeah, he could do that. So even though the 20 acres were in the middle of nowhere, he already had a plan to turn into a recreational vehicle area. So I thought that was pretty cool. So that just gives you an idea of what I was talking about before. Before you buy the property, have a plan, do some research, because he did his research. And the next thing you know, and I find out, I was like, come on, man. At the time, I was skeptical. I was like, okay, so it's in the middle of nowhere. How much are people going to spend for this? He already did his homework. He already knew how much another area that's similar to it, how much they were getting for everybody to come out and do this off-road stuff. And I was blown away. People go spend like $50, $100, $150. I was just like, that's incredible. So for land, vacant land that doesn't even require any upkeep other than he needs something to build the mounds, the moguls, a racetrack, things like that. But you can rent out that for a day, every week, or whatever you got to do. So it was pretty, and he bought the 20 acres he bought for $4,500. That's it. I couldn't believe it. It was awesome. All right, let's go. Okay, we got some more here. We're locked in. Ali G with the icon next to his name. Thank you so much for being here once again. Welcome to the SSN Nation Wednesday Night Live. I'm happy to see you once again. Thank you. No HOA fees. They have been renting $1,200 per unit. Okay, so the 16,000 a year rental is right. I thought it said unit 1. So that's cool. So it is going to be roughly almost 50,000 a year. That's pretty good. But they gave me a weird number. They said it was 37. Gross was 37. So I don't, and then they said the net is 16. So I don't know where they're getting that number from, because that's kind of weird. But he Airbnb his units as making a killing. We are going to do some rehab. He's been getting $2,100 per unit trust. Well, there you go. He's doing Airbnb in Lakeland. That's impressive. That's impressive. Well, then it looks like you got a deal. If you can get $2,100 for 2 of those units out of the 3, and the other one's giving me $1,200, and you're going to make 60 G's a year just on 3 units, that's a win right there. Yes, speaking with attorney tomorrow on financing change of title from mom to me and my brother. There you go. That works. Auntie Val making moves. Good deal, Vanessa at Vanessa Comagate. Yes, exactly. Vanessa, if you need rehab loans, get my contact from Eric. Congratulations. That's right. That's exactly right. They have rehab loans. In fact, well, she's already done an FHA. Because I was getting ready to say, you could have wrapped a rehab loan with the property, And no, you could have done it under an FHA, by the way, because they have FHA rehab loans. So that's another little deal you could do. Oh, in case I forget, since we're talking about a free real estate course, in fact, hold on. You guys know how I like to do this. Let's do it. I'm going to show you guys the, yeah, it's the 203. Here we go. You know how we got to do it, ladies and gentlemen. So it's an FHA 203 rehab renovation loan, 3.5% down, which like I said, I always say 4%. Rocket Mortgage, everybody has it. I was looking for the FHA direct, so you guys can see this for yourself. There's a rehab loan. They're not letting me. Anyhow, I don't want to do that. But anyhow, I'm going to put this, since we're talking about rehab loan, I'm going to put this in the chat room. This will help everybody, because a lot of people find a property that they want to rehab and not realize that you can still use FHA and get a rehabilitation loan. Advantages. You have the option to refinance your property and create your own home equity with repairs and upgrades. The 203K allows you to buy an older house at a low price and great interest rates. You are then able to renovate your home according to your own needs and style, while simultaneously increasing equity with the new improvements. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Here's eligible rehabilitation activities, reconstruction. The cost of renovation must be at least $5,000. There you go. And here goes some more information. So hopefully I put it in chat and everybody can see where you can get rehabilitation loans, because again, there's some of you right now that says, hey, I know of some property that's sitting like abused. I didn't know I can get a rehabilitation loan through FHA and only have a 640 or 650 credit score, and they'll give me money to rehab it and increase the value of the property. And once you do that, you just refinance it afterwards. It's a win-win for everybody. All right, hold on. Let me go back up. All right, Eric, that is a great way to use acreage. You can also do a shooting range or paintball. Exactly. That's exactly right. That's been known to happen as well. Paintball circuits outside, shooting ranges outside. Exactly. I sent full explanation to your email, boss. All right, Vanessa Comegate, I got you, but we won't talk about it until you get your until you get it under full contract. So let's see. We're waiting for the appraisal, which came in at $435K. Yeah, you rehab the property. Yeah, I can't believe Lakeland's getting that type of rental. But Lakeland's very popular. It's close enough to Orlando as well. It's not like a 10 or 20 minute drive, but it's close enough where you're still just far enough away. And Lakeland's actually, I like how their downtown area is with the water. It's pretty sweet. But yeah, so we'll talk about this on another time when actually it's under full contract, because I don't want to get into anybody seeing this and then trying to scoop you. All right, Wilson Koo, if you have receivables for the units, then you can get a loan for your rehab. That's another way you can do it. Wilson Koo, once again, coming up with the other ways you can do the rehab, because again, you have the receivables coming in. You're going to have the accounting for it, and meaning she's going to have the rent rolls. She's going to have all of it, the tax information. So now that she acquires it, all she has to do is roll that over. Wilson Koo says, we got rehab for you based on receivables. Receivables mean what's money is coming in. So if you know that they're coming in 30, let's call it $4,000 a month, then the loan guys will say, you know what, we can give you X amount for a rehab. And of course, it's going to have the value of the property, which is appraised at $435. So now after the rehab is done, the value of the property will increase. So it's a win-win. Auntie Val, thanks. It's a family thing. I'm so excited. Generational wealth. That's right. That's exactly what it is. That's beautiful. Beautiful, ladies and gentlemen. I also have a great contractor for rehab renovation. All right. It's like free money, Curtis Davis. Exactly. That's what it ends up being. Strictly free money. Vanessa Wilson Koo, thank you, sir. FHA 203K money. That's it. Exactly. If you're going to do FHA loan, you still got to qualify. Yes, ma'am. I will accept nothing less than generational wealth. There we go, Auntie Val. That's how we try to do it. Absolutely. Let's wait until it's official. Thanks, boss and SSN fam. Yeah, I'll wait till it's official. I don't want to step on your toes and somebody else can see something and then all of a sudden, next thing you know, you're in a bidding war. You don't want that. So lock it down. Same with the studio situation. We don't want any of that going down. So Vanessa, now, of course, starting out, we're talking about the real estate. Let's go international, ladies and gentlemen. She said, Vanessa says she saw 350K condos in Cabo. Please clarify. Cabo is not just Cabo. There's San Jose del Cabo, and then there is Los Cabos. And then there's, I don't know what to call it, in between San Jose del Cabo and Los Cabos. In between, there's land for 30 minutes. So I don't know what they call it or where the cutoff is, but let us know where these 350K one bedroom, and let us know if they're pre-construction. Now, let's get into it, ladies and gentlemen. You can search on the channel for pre-construction condos, villas on the channel, international. We've talked about Mexico. We talked about Dominican Republic, and we even talked about downtown Miami. If you're new to real estate and new to the channel, you may not know that you do not need credit when you do pre-construction properties. You will need a down payment and you will need to pay monthly. Put your skin in the game, putting in the down payment while the property is being built. And then when it is finished, otherwise known as delivery date, then they normally give you 60 days to fund it, pay for it, or fund it. That's how it works, ladies and gentlemen. No credit check. No qualifying, no barriers to entry. You gotta love it, right? All right. Eric, think they call that money to be harvested. That's right, it is. That's right, it's the money to be harvested. So pre-construction loans, which Victor Marrero already let the cat out the bag. Once again, your same rules apply. In fact, get the pen, pad, and paper out because I'm going to go back up to what I was talking about before. He did a little bit different order than me, but he put in, remember I said location, location, location. Then you start determining if that's the location you want to be in, because when you buy, then you know. All right. So he has a little different. He goes determine purpose, number one. Then he goes number two is his location, his rules. Number three is amenities. Number four, buy at pre-construction prices. And number five, when in doubt, repeat rules 1 through 4. That's what I have to agree with this. And let me leave it on the screen in case somebody's writing this down. So at the real estate course, the only difference is I go number 2 is number 1 for me, and number 1 is number 2 for me. So my thing is, if you already know what purpose you're trying to do, like for instance, our pre-construction, so then you're going, okay, I want pre-construction. And now you're saying, well, am I going to get a house, a condo, or am I going to get 2 units that go together? How are we going to do this? Because at Connor Rock, they have a unit. You can buy 2 1-bedrooms and they're lock-offs. So you can make that a 1-bedroom or a 2-bedroom. All right. They have those type units at some of the properties. They had it also at Central, at REA. And they were only $105,000, $110,000, and they were the first units to be sold because it turned it into a 1-bedroom on one side and a studio unit on the other. So those are the first ones that sold. So now a person can sell it as a 2-bedroom, rent it as a 2-bedroom, or separately a 1-bedroom or a studio. So that gives you flexibility. So that's why, if you know that. Now, the reason why we're talking about pre-construction, once again, no credit check, no qualifying, anybody can get in, no barriers to entry. So now you have to figure out what's the location that you feel comfortable with. We even went over downtown Miami. You can search the channel, ladies and gentlemen, pre-construction downtown Miami. It's there. Pre-construction Punta Cana. It's there. Pre-construction Mexico, Tulum, Mexico. Merida, Mexico, it's there. And they're all the same. No credit check, no qualifying, no nothing. You just need down payment and you pay your monthly payments for 20 months, 16 months, 24 months. In fact, there's properties now that they're coming out to 2024, which is almost 36 payments that you have for your down payment. And somebody, you could be paying $500 a month, $700 a month, $1,200 a month. It all depends on what property you're buying. But once again, nobody's stopping you. Now, Mexico, they have trust. All right. You're going to need a Mexican attorney. You're going to have a trust in Mexico. In Dominican Republic, they actually have deeds, just like in America. And of course, in the USA, things are deeded. So it makes it nice and simple. So now, once we have the location, especially if we're talking about Airbnb or vacation rentals. So what we've been talking about here is not just buying pre-construction just for us to buy a single family house, home, villa, or condo. We're buying pre-construction, at least I am, based on I'm renting out the unit. So for vacation rentals. So that's my first thing. And so now we have to go to rule number 3, because if we know where the location is, we know what we're going to do with the property. Now we have to figure out how many amenities can we get at our complex. And so most complexes, whether it's condos or villas, even if you buy a house, which is a villa, in the gated communities in places like Cabo and Mexico and things like that, there will be a pool, at least one pool. There'll be a fitness center on the premises. So that's not anything real special. Most condominium projects will have a pool and will have a fitness center. That's standard almost. What's not going to be standard is other things, like if there's a golf course there, like if the beach is 3 minutes walking distance, or if you're on the beach, if you have ocean views or no ocean views, if you have something else on the grounds that will make people want to stay there. That's the amenities we're talking about. So there's a few places that I will say in Dominican Republic that is crazy, but let's go to downtown Miami. Let's go to, I haven't shown this in a while, so we're going to go to the Nativo Miami. Let's see if they've changed their website. It's kind of wacky. I never liked their website. But here's Nativo Miami, which is pre-construction. All right. They're building this based on amenities, and they have lots of them. So let me see if I never can figure this out. Never. You just never can get this. Let's go with residences. I believe this is the Gale Residences. So this, they have, for instance, so you're going to have to park downtown. So one vehicle, free valet parking. All right. Now, these are fully furnished. Some of you might be saying, how much are these already? It's $375,000 for a studio unit. A one bedroom's $475,000. It's in downtown Miami, literally almost, it's walking distance to the American Airlines Arena where the Miami Heat play. Bayfront Arena. Both of these you can walk to in 3 minutes or less. That's how close it is. Some of the units have water views. All right. You can see here, I think this is a studio unit if I'm not mistaken. I just can't remember exactly. But these are the type of units you have. They're fully furnished. You're already in there. And then you have hotel type of amenities. You have co-sharing workspaces. I wish I could pull this up a little better. But you have co-sharing workspaces, which means I'll go to Nativo Social, for instance. So these amenities add, there's a restaurant. Okay. So I'll do this. 8th floor, co-working spaces, private offices. A lot of people work from home now. You're going to be renting this out. So now in people that work outside of an office, they don't have to do much except go downstairs to the co-working spaces or the private offices, video capable conference rooms. Even if you had a group gathering, they have phone booths. Now, this isn't a phone booth like most people would think of. I think we got held up here, but if this is still going, we have phone booths here like most people think of the old phone booths. This is different. You have your cell phone, you're out in the lobby or out in the area. The phone booth is like a sound deafening enclosure. You have your cell phone, you go in the booth, and now you don't have the sound like if you're out where people are talking in the amphitheater or talking in the co-working office spaces. That's what they mean by phone booths. There's a coffee and juice bar. There's an amphitheater. All this is at your disposal when you buy at Nativo. Now you have the 9th floor. They have a pool on the 9th floor and another bar and snack food area, poolside, beverage service, sun deck, cabanas. Now, 10th floor, and look at that. If that view actually happens, that would be sweet. 9th floor. This is a movie theater here. Well, not theater, but a movie projection room. And it's over here where the pool is, which is very interesting. But media lounge, that's what it's called. Cafe and cocktail bar. So you see, this is amenities for downtown. You don't have to leave the building, and you can only imagine how much you're going to be able to rent this for. So that just gives you another idea of when we talk about location, then we talk about amenities. This is what you need if you're going to rent something out, because now when a person comes down there, and then when we start talking about like Nativo and 501 residences in downtown Miami, the train comes and stops right behind Nativo. And I call the monorail, I still don't know what it's called. I call that monorail that goes through downtown. It stops right next to 501 residences, and it also stops at Nativo. 501 residences is 2 blocks over from Nativo. All right. So these are the things that you have to look at. The cruise ship industry is up the street. So once again, if you're at Nativo, when you come from the cruise lines, it's a one-way. It comes right by Nativo. But if you're staying at 501 residences, then the street next to 501 residences is the one-way out to the cruise line. All right, just to give you guys an idea. That's what we're talking about here. So hopefully you can understand that. Let's see. I think I skipped something. Let's go look. Oh, I see. I went back up to the top. Hold on. Okay, let's go. Because we were talking about the rehab. He's making a killing. Here we go. Let's see. Great way to use acreage. If you have receivables, put in that FHA rehabilitation. Okay. Yes, let's wait and see. Then we got Eric. I think they call that money the harvested. There we go. It's the Metro Mover. There we go, Auntie Val. Thank you so much. I just call it the monorail. That's all I ever called it, the Metro Mover. That's what it's called right there in downtown Miami. The stops are right on the side of 501 residences, and the other stop is behind Nativo. And then what is that? The Bright? I can't remember what they call it. The Bright train that also stops right behind Nativo. So once again, people can come from the airport. People can come all the way almost from Orlando, I believe, and they don't have to rent a car. They can get transportation, and you're right downtown, right by the, like I said, Bayfront. You're right downtown by the Heat Arena. You're down by the water. Come on. These properties are going to be worth a lot of money in the future. All right. Brightline. There we go. She's helping me out here. She's familiar. All right. Excuse me. I need to get a little water. Brightline. That's the one. That's it. What stops right downtown. So the pre-construction, this is what we're talking about. Anybody can get in. No barrier to entry. And therefore, everybody can have extra streams of income, but you do need extra streams of income coming from somewhere to pay for this stuff. All right. That's what you have to keep in mind. Now, so the free real estate investment course continues. So if anybody has any questions or any other ideas or thoughts about real estate, let me know. If you have any questions, no problem. And how do you become a member of the channel? Well, I don't know. I believe if you are in the chat, you can see a join button. So that's why some of you might be asking, why can't I be in the chat room? That's because Wednesday nights are members only chat. Monday and Friday night live streams is open to everybody in chat. Everybody can watch the live streams. That hasn't changed. But on Wednesday night, only members with the icons next to their name can chat in the chat room. All right. That's how simple we have it. All right. Let's see. I'm trying to think if I forgot anything about real estate. We talked about multifamily. We talked about FHA. We talked about buying property only for the sake of making money from the property, not buying it just to hold and live in. We've talked about commercial property. Wilson Koo chipped in and was talking about loans. We got up to FHA rehab loans so people can buy property that needs rehab and potentially get an FHA rehab loan, or we can do other loans as well. So there's always ways to do it. We talked about how to get funding or financing and where to look. So I think that pretty much covers real estate investing and the free real estate course. We can talk about other things later, but on Friday Night Live, we'll probably talk about some other real estate that Vanessa has gotten into and Charlie has gotten into. And of course, Vanessa hasn't talked to us about these 350K units in Cabo. Where are these at? San Jose del Cabo or Los Cabos? Where's these 350K one-bedroom units? Well, you know how we might have to do this, ladies and gentlemen. 350, I might have to just go hunting for it. One bedroom, pre-construction. We'll go, I'm going to think it's San Jose del Cabo. I'm going to go with that. Yeah, no, Los Cabos. Los Cabos, ladies and gentlemen. In fact, let's see if I got lucky. And no, this says San Jose del Cabo. Views to downtown. Maybe I got lucky and found one. Doesn't give me a price, but oh my. Okay, I got to show you guys something. This is interesting. Check this out. This is in Mexico. This is in Cabo. This is in 2020. Pre-construction deals in Cabo. But this is what I liked right here. New Year's peak illustrate Airbnb's growing stature. Estimated number of guests staying at Airbnb listings worldwide on New Year's Eve. Whoa, that's significant. Okay, I like that, but I was hoping that was going to be, okay, I didn't get lucky. Oh, we got lucky. Cardinal Living in San Jose del Cabo was starting at $133 to $405. It's downtown San Jose del Cabo. I kind of like that. Downtown, and they have stores underneath. Does that look familiar? Forever 21, Lacoste, Cardinal Living, and I can't tell what that is. Nice. Okay, this looks like July 2021. So it's only, what is that? 9 units or something? 1, 2, 3, 4, 12 units it looks like. So here we go. Here's a Ladera San Jose starting at $255 to $350. Nice design. 4-story building, 2 towers, elevator, all bedrooms, walk-in closet. Oh, they have water views? Oh my. That's worth weight in gold. And they have amenities. Barbecue area, family and adult pools, yoga pavilion, playground, junior club, sports bar, restaurant, clubhouse. And it's on the mountain. Gotta like it. As long as that's not the airport, we're good. That's a good thing. Oh my, not bad. This is nice right here. Very nice. Tennis courts. Very, very nice. And these look like normal apartment condos. Luxury finishes. Delivery time around 12 months. Pomelo Dunes. All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. In fact, I'll put this in the chat room in case anybody's interested. This is an old article, so it might not be available any longer. All right, we're 1 hour and 19 minutes in. Please smash that like button. And if you like what we're talking about, please subscribe to the channel. The free real estate course is in effect. SSN University, SSN Academy is in effect. All right. Let's see. Oh, yeah, the generational wealth. Brightline. Eric, I just wanted to say, because of your YouTube channel, I took a deep breath and stepped out on faith because of your spirit, knowledge, and belief that we can all be CEO millionaires. God bless you. Charlie, man, thank you so much for saying that, Charlie. I humbly appreciate that, and thank you. Right, and we're here for you. Just keep that in mind. Like I said, you haven't pulled the trigger yet, but I gave you some other things that I'm hoping that if you didn't think about it, think about those other intangibles, because they may have rights, they may have movie rights, they may still have some royalties coming in. You want to make sure that they're signing all that over to you. You want to make sure that you have any leasing agreements from previous studios or any previous production that was done on the lots. You want to have those contracts so you know, even though you weren't there, at least you can go back and look through them. If somebody ever contacts you and says they want to use your studio, at least that way you have some reference, unless you're in the movie biz and know already. But those are the kind of things. But thank you so much, Charlie. I appreciate that. That's the whole reason why we started this StopStrugglingNow.com and the channel. It was just for that, because I'm glad you took a deep breath being the CEO of your life. And of course, I got to show the emerging millionaires going for it. You only live once. Have some fun. In fact, if you have a studio, you know what that means. You could actually go to your studio and make productions. I'm just saying. All right. For 125 grand, that's awesome. Funny, you can take Amtrak to Brightline to Metro Mover and never need a car from Tampa or Orlando. There we go. There we go. She said exactly right. That's why that is so awesome. And especially that I don't know, does that Brightline actually go from Miami to Orlando yet? I don't know if they ever did that corridor, because there were people along the way were all upset. What's the benefit of rental property versus Airbnb property? All right. Hold on. Hold on. All right. Now, it all depends on what we're talking about here. So I'll go with rental property, and I'm going to go with the fourplex, since we have an example tonight, a fourplex, which Vanessa has already given it away. The person apparently is charging $1,200 a month to month. But because they're renting it out on Airbnb, the other units are making $2,100 a month on average. That's the difference. You can charge more per night when you rent it out on Airbnb. When you rent it out monthly, you can't really charge $2,100 a month in Florida for a 2-bedroom, 2-bath in Lakeland, I don't think. So that difference is what you're losing potentially every month by renting it out as a rental property on a 30-day, month-to-month, or 30-day lease, whatever you want to call it. So I don't feel that there are any advantages of a rental property, a standalone rental property, if it's inside of a vacation rental area, because you're going to be leaving money on the table all day, every day. Now, if it's in a non-vacation rental area, then of course you can't Airbnb it. So therefore you have to deal with renting it out as a normal rental property month to month. So that's the way I look at it. And quite frankly, from me doing real estate before, I told people a long time ago that I do not like doing month-to-month tenants. And there's a reason. Just what happened during COVID, where people didn't have to pay for over a year. And now they're even started it back up where there's an eviction moratorium. People take advantage of that. Meanwhile, the electric bills, the water bills, the sewer and garbage bills are still coming. Somebody's living in my property, tearing it up. And then when I finally get a hold of it, they haven't paid, they moved out, and I got to pay the bills because they're going to attach a lien on my property. I've been down that path before. So after that happened, I told people I will never own real estate month to month, because I don't feel it's an advantage. To me, it was always a risk versus if I'm renting it out temporarily, 3 nights, 4 nights, 6 nights, 2 weeks, whatever, I feel much better about that because I get paid a lot more money when I'm renting it out through Airbnb. So I don't know if there's any benefits of rental property versus Airbnb. Now, if we're talking about benefits totally, then the benefits of renting out property is generally you have streams of income because you're making money from renting out your property. So therefore, that's a stream of income, whether it's month to month or Airbnb. So either way, you win. So it's a benefit to have real estate, and also real estate appreciates in value. So whichever way you go, it's going to appreciate in value. And at the same time, you can use that equity, borrow against your equity, and buy some more real estate. All right. That's how simple it is, and you're going to buy real estate that generates revenue for you. And so you didn't have to use any of your money. And that's how you win on both fronts, whether it's Airbnb or just a normal rental property that you're doing. So that's the benefits of having rental or Airbnb. So either way works. It all depends on what you feel comfortable with. A lot of people feel comfortable with renting 30 days. That's how they want to do it. So it's all up to you. I try to maximize as best I can. Nope. Okay, so it doesn't go all the way. Watch out, Tyler Perry, here I come. There we go, Charlie. That's how it starts. That's how it starts. So let us know if this studio is it a building or is it actually open air studio where they have buildings on a lot, meaning they filmed movies there, because there's locations that they actually have, film studios and they keep going back. In fact, Charles Manson, it was an old studio area where they used to film, and that's where he was held up with this band of crazies. And so they stopped using that studio area. So therefore, that's why they hung out there. So just saying. All right, Wilson Koo, I found a 5-acre lot in North Ontario and looking to build cottages and rent out for hunting. Are you talking about Ontario, Canada? I think that's what you're talking about. You're not talking about Ontario, California, and looking to build cottages and rent out for hunting. I like that. We'll see if I have partners interested in doing the venture, something to float to my group. Okay. Well, it all depends. So we know 5 acres. So does the acreage already have the water, sewer, and electricity to it? That's the first thing. The second thing is, how many cottages are you going to build? Because 5 acres is huge. I mean, are you building like single cottages, or are you going to have a clubhouse where you're going to have food and kind of like a eating area? I don't want to say restaurant because you're not going to have like tons of people there, but a place where you're going to have a dining area for people to come and eat, or just have people fix food in their cottages. So there's different things that you can do. So let us know, Wilson Koo. And this is something that's going to be coming out, the SSN Lifestyle, ladies and gentlemen, in case you haven't heard about it. It's going to be coming out shortly. And this right here is something that if you're going to be in the Founders Club, you're going to have first dibs, because Wilson Koo could come to the table and say, hey, I want to do this deal with 5 acres and tell us all about it in cottages, and maybe either, get equity, maybe get a percentage on the money, whatever the deal can be, like a Shark Tank, which, by the way, we're going to call Ring of Fire, by the way. Come into the Ring of Fire, present what you got to present, and then who's ever in the Founders Club gets first dibs, either together or singly, to put investments into this. And then after, if you want to be a member of SSN Lifestyle, not a Founders, you can be a member. Then we says, well, this is what we want to do. Then we can put it out to the rest of the members. And then if you want to invest into it, whether it's equity or whatever terms are discussed, then everybody who has went into the deal gets a percentage. That's going to be part of SSN Lifestyle, ladies and gentlemen. That's how we're going to do it. All right. You go, Charlie. That's right. That's right. Go. Yes, ma'am, Auntie Val. Thanks. I'm glad we're all here. At least she can always come too. And if you have any questions, you can ask them, Charlie. Curtis Davis, there was a mom with 3 kids, raised $170K on GoFundMe, lost job due to C-19 last year. She sold all stuff in an apartment. Beautiful. Beautiful. That's what I'm saying. And with the way things are going these days, you know the rich keep getting richer because they're the ones that have the money, and they're the ones that can loan out their money. They're the ones that can get equity in the companies. Meanwhile, collectively, if we all work together, then we can go in and get some of these equity deals and get some of these positions into companies. And maybe later on, not only do you make some money now, but then later on they say, I'm going to do an IPO. And now the sky's the limit. Jay, no, Canada. Yeah, I figured you were talking about in Ontario, Canada. Because when you started talking about hunting, I'm like, well, that won't work in Ontario, California. Charlie, is it old Western studio lot, Stagecoach, or John Wayne set? Hey, Curtis Davis, Mr. Financial, with that kind of question, are you starting to talk about like, oh, we're going to have studio tours? Curtis Davis, I'll know more in the morning. That way I won't tell you guys anything wrong. I'm super excited. I'm saying, Lord, be with your child, and that GoFundMe is on fire. There you go. That's it, Charlie. That's how we doing it. Hey, like I said, SSN Lifestyle coming out. You never know. All you guys are finding all these deals and may need some funding. You never know. You might want to run it by us first and give us some of the love too. But you never know. So, yeah, that is pretty exciting. A studio is always fun, especially since it's already existing. It's not something new. A friend of mine was in LA at the, what do you call that? Mission Beach. Yeah, I think that's it. No, it's not Mission Beach. Manhattan Beach Studios. He was there, and he went, he opened up Santa Fe Studios in New Mexico. And from there, he went back to LA because he fell ill. And while he was there, then all of a sudden, this is years ago, he says, I'm going to go open up a studio in New Orleans. And now look, now they have shows in New Orleans because he actually went and opened up a studio there. So he opened up one in Santa Fe, New Mexico, and then he went to go open up a studio in New Orleans. So that's why you all of a sudden in the last 3 or 4 years, you started seeing these movies made in New Orleans, or you might not have known where they were made, but they have like Six Flags that's abandoned there. They have a bunch of stuff that's abandoned in New Orleans that they can use for movies. And the way the streets and the alleyways are made in downtown, you can do a lot of things, and restaurants, and it's awesome. All right, it has a well and waiting for hydro layout, no septic. It will be 6 or 8 cottages with water and electric, and likely 2 bedrooms. More details when I get. Only they are presenting offers on 21 of August. Oh, somebody else is presenting offers. Who are they presenting offers to? Let us know. Or are they doing or is it a private presentations, or are they presenting to like a Zoom call, or presenting at a website? How are they doing it? Let us know. It is close to, okay, I don't know how to pronounce that. Algonquin Provincial. Provincial Park. Yeah, in Ontario. All right. Fine. Here we are. Nice. Lake nearby. Let's see what we got. Okay, you guys can see the nice little lake. Looks like there's, how big is this park is the question. That's the real question, right? They're showing a lake, but where is it? Oh, okay. It's this must be the lake they're showing. But there's lakes all over. Let's see. They don't show any roads though. Interesting. All right. Well, so you're going to be able to, you can build inside of a park? That's interesting. Okay. Oh, it's close to it. Okay, I get you. All right. Close to it. Okay, I can see that. This is a private person, and they're accepting offers on 21 August. Oh, okay, that's when they're starting to accept offers. I get you. This is a private person. They're accepting offers. I get you. Wilshire Boulevard, LA, been used in many movies. Heat. TV 9/11 Thieves of Den. Yeah. Wilshire Boulevard's used for a whole bunch of movies. You got that right. Straight up. Hollywood is even Hollywood and Vine, Hollywood and Sunset, and all that's used in movies. Because the studios, people don't even, well, a lot of people don't know that Paramount and all of them are right around the corner on Melrose. Lake is 10 minutes away. Okay, that's cool. It's huge. Look up Highlands East. Yeah, I saw it was a huge area. That's why I was like, how far from the park is it? And do you happen to know what the price is? I will check in on Friday, fam. Sorry, super busy right now. No worry, Vanessa. We'll see you on Friday. Hopefully you'll give us some more details, but we kind of figured out where the Cabo stuff was. They have them all over the place, especially in San Jose del Cabo, the last frontier. $350, in my opinion, is going to be a good deal. $250, $150, all a good deal in Cabo, especially if you have ocean views. That is a winner right there. So I might even have to look into the Cabo area myself because I like I don't really stay in San Jose del Cabo, but you know, if they have the mountains and you can still get a unit there for in the hundreds or in the 200s and it has water views and they have amenities, that's a winner. 200K, that's 150K. Okay, so you're okay. So you're looking at, are you saying they're selling the land for they're selling the 5 acres for 200K? And then you're saying you want to put 2-bedroom cottages on the land. That's what you're saying. Okay, now I get you. Yep, I looked at the Laguna. Okay. All right. Laguna. Did I run past that one? Let's go look back again. I'll pull it up on the screen. I don't know if I pulled that up. This wasn't really, this is Cardinal. Let's see if Laguna was on here. Palmillo, Ladera, Cardinal. Okay, so we didn't run by Laguna. Palmillo, location, Cardinal Living. Let's see, what this one. Carina. Oh, nice. Okay, that's cute. That's special. That's different design there if this is the building. All right. Oh, yeah, no wonder. They're at 248 to 639. No surprise there. Maria, 264. That's in Los, oh, those are Los Cabos locations. All right, well, since you gave us the name, let's go look. What was that called again? Laguna. Okay. Laguna, pre-construction, condos, Cabo. Oh, looks like Cabo San Lucas. Okay, let's see. Laguna, La Laguna. Laguna, no. I can't find it. I'm going to find it, but it's not, it's here, but I'm not going to be able to pull it up, I don't think. We'll see in a sec. Pre-construction, Las Estrellas, condo, penthouse, 276, 3-bedroom, 2 baths, 1,300. Not bad. Nope, I can't find the Laguna real fast, but it's all right. That might have to wait. But these prices are not terribly bad for being in Los Cabos. This right here is, if these have water views, this is interesting. They have rooftop decks, 131, 800 square feet. All right, 2-bedroom best. 2 bedrooms are best. All right, well, this will have to be another day because we can't find that Laguna, at least not straight off. I found Laguna Los. Let me go see something else. Hold on. We'll go. I just want to see one last thing. No, that's the developer, Laguna Realtors. Can't find it. It's all right. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Well, if anybody has any further questions, we can talk about it. Let's go. 350K in Cabo with water view is sweet. Yeah, in fact, it appears that there's units under 350K with water views in San Jose del Cabo. From what I can tell, I just don't know how old that listing was, from 2020, about almost a year ago now. So yes, that is what I am looking at, right? Putting the cottages on the 5 acres. So then you're going to have to figure out how much is the building cost for those 5 cottages. And you're going to have to come up with more than that. You're going to have to figure out how much can you charge people, because you're going to have to, I don't know if the 5 acres is already gated off, because if you're going to turn it into a hunting area, that means it has to be where wildlife can roam free, I would think. So we'll see. All right. I like San Jose del Cabo. Yeah, it's different now. San Jose del Cabo back in the day was a sleepy little airport town, not much there. So that's why I'm kind of surprised that these property values are so cheap. To me, this is not expensive at all. And you have water views in Cabo, and you can get them for anywhere from 100 and something to I'm liking this. We're gonna have to look at further into this, because actually Cabo's like, well, Cabo used to be one of my favorite places. That's where I used to hang out all the time. Fly there a couple times a year, because I thought it was just cool. It was nice, and it wasn't that big. It was always friendly. People were nice. The parties were always excellent. So I have nothing bad to say about it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, 1 hour and 41 minutes in. We're about to wrap it up for the free real estate course tonight. Please smash the like button, because the YouTube algorithm guys, we got to let them know we're here. And if you like what we're talking about, please subscribe to the channel and click the all notification bell. That helps the YouTube. That helps us out as well. All right. So if anybody has any further questions, please ask them now. Otherwise, we're almost about to sign off. Oh, SSN Lifestyle. Once again, look for signups for the Founders Club, and also memberships will also start as well in the next, I predict, Friday. I gave a little teaser on the latest video that I dropped today. This will not be the ultimate website, but I'll just give you guys a little preview for the launch site. It'll be in pre-launch for a while, so I'll give you a little preview of that. Let's see. Is that going to come? Yeah, here we go. All right, so there you go. You'll get a little preview of this right now. So officially, you'll be able to actually sign up. The spots, there's only going to be 15 spots for the Founders Club. And if we have less than 15, that's fine. But we can't have more than 15. So that's it. It's going to be maxed out. Memberships, they're going to be $149. That's how much it is to get in. There's going to be monthly fees for everybody. Even a founder is going to pay monthly if you want to be in the membership as well. It's going to be minimal, $19.99, but all that hasn't been set, because I'm just telling you right now. And once again, you're going to have special prices for vacation rentals. You're going to have I'm talking about for memberships. You're going to have special deals with some boats and yachts, whatever you want to do. We're going to have a bunch of things that I'm going to have to explain in a video, but it's going to be, I'll do a video on this probably, maybe even tomorrow, because I might have the actual sign up tomorrow, so I can actually do a video tomorrow. So you guys watch for that video that's going to come out. And if you missed the previous video that I just dropped about an hour before the live stream, it was based on a company called Corpay. They help you with expense software. So if you are a new LLC, a new startup company, a small business, then you might want to use Corpay versus Divvy, because Corpay is simpler and they run an expense reporting software. So that helps you out a lot, especially when you start a business and you don't feel comfortable and you don't really know how accounting will work. But one thing is for sure, if you have all your business going to your business account, and then you have all your business expenses already accounted for, and you pay through their software, then all you need now is to send it to an accountant or a bookkeeper, and they'll be able to decipher your profit and losses, your expenses. They can do all of your taxes based on that. So you don't have to worry about finding an accountant or bookkeeper. You can actually do all the expenses, all the revenues, find out your profits. You can do a lot of things and start working on building your credit through Corpay. All right. It's not like Divvy where you're going to have lines of credit up to 200 or 300 grand or 50 grand. Corpay kind of has this net 30, net 50 kind of thing. And then they'll actually be able to build you your credit profile and give you a little credit. But it's all going to be based on their criteria, which they have not divulged to me as yet. But anyhow, check out that new video. All right. Now let's go. Oh, yeah. Auntie Val. Hold on. I'm going to tell you guys about the payment plan. Cannot do the payment plan. Great show on real estate and funding. Thank you so much, Curtis Davis, Mr. Financial. I appreciate it. Auntie Val, did you ever work out payments for Founders Club? Unfortunately, I can't do the payment plan with the Founders Club. There's reasons. I'll just say from a business perspective, I decided, you know what, I can do payments, but then if a person says I don't want to do it later after they do 1 or 2 payments and I got to do a refund, then I have a spot already taken. So I didn't want to mess with that. So I decided, you know what, I'm just going to have to leave it as it is. One-time payment, no payment plan. I thought it was a good idea at first, but then I started thinking about it. So unfortunately, no payment plan. All right. Charlie, as always, top tier VIP information. Thanks, Eric and fam. Good night. Thank you so much, Charlie. And congratulations once again. Hopefully that works out for you and you're able to officially pull the trigger and get this under contract. And we look forward to hearing about it. Hopefully you can join us on Friday Night Live and let us know what happened. All right. And we can discuss it because that is awesome for everybody to see because this is different. How many people would think of buying a studio, right? And then think about what comes with the studio. You could have royalties coming in and not even know about it. You could have production deals being able to come in. You could have a bunch of things that go along with owning a studio. You can actually get a production company to come out there and use your studio. So you have many, many different things that you can do. And you can also set it up to where you can allow actors, actresses, come out there and do like their workshops or, you know, because people are actors and want to be actors, but they never get to get inside the studio because they never have a gig. So now you can rent it out and therefore they can do their own plays and type productions and get people to really understand how it work inside of a studio works. It's kind of cool. So there's all kind of options. Saw that on Corpay. Very nice. Thank you so much, Wilson Koo. I'm glad you watched that already. Auntie Val, no worries. Thank you so much, Wilson Koo. Thanks for the gems. And that's right. Thank you for the gems, everybody who contributed here in the chat room. I appreciate that. Eric, is Corpay a fintech? Yes, it is. Yes, it's like a fintech. And they just started out. They're very simple, very easy. So that's what makes them different than Divvy. Divvy has many more features, but Corpay at least gets you started out with attaching your bank account. Then every time you have an expense for the company, you put that in your report. So then you can pay it all the time. And so now you have all your expenses and all your revenue just right there as soon as you click on it. And then they extend credit to you. But I, again, don't know what their criteria is. They haven't mentioned that yet. So that's going to be a new thing. But yeah, they are a fintech. Pretty cool. They have an app as well. That's sweet. Tiffany Young at Charlie, congrats. Right on. The porn industry are always looking for new sets. Very lucrative. There you go, Wilson Koo. You got that right. You know, they're out there renting hotel rooms and doing all kind of crazy stuff trying to get their sets for that. It's very interesting. At Tiffany Young, thanks. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you once again for being here on the Wednesday Night Live, the members only chat room Wednesday Night Live, and I appreciate your support once again. Everybody with the icon who is here, thank you so much. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. And I know it's hard out here. And that's why we have to talk about real estate investing, other investments as well. But real estate investing, literally, you can get in with no money out of your own pocket, no credit. That's how you can do it in some ways. And then other ways, you do need a little bit of money and down payment and no credit. And then other ways to buy real estate is the old-fashioned way, credit or cash. That's it. So we went over all of those. So therefore, hopefully this worked out for you in regards to the free real estate course that we had tonight in the No Guru Zone. And with all that said, keep your head up, keep moving, and I'm out.